You guys probably don't know the most dangerous shark out there. A lot of you guys would say that it is the great white shark, as this is a very long, powerful shark growing up to 21 feet long, and it's very dangerous. It's what you would most likely see and think of as a culprit in a shark attack. The other one you might think would be the tiger shark. This is another shark that a lot of people get a bad rep for because it oftentimes is known as a shark that will eat just about everything. They have found everything inside of the shark's stomach. They found car license plates. They find tires. Basically, tiger sharks will eat everything in the ocean that they can find. The most dangerous shark out there is the bull shark. And I know to size comparison in all these scales, these are scaled to size, you will notice that it is indefinitely much shorter than the great white and tiger shark. Yet the bull shark has something that the great white and tiger shark don't have, and that is the fact that this shark can live in freshwater, and that right alone should raise a bunch of red flags for you guys. Bull sharks, unlike other sharks that have to live in saltwater to survive, they have special glands inside of their body that hold salt and allows their organs to not completely fail. Now, they couldn't go and spend, say, their entire lives in freshwater. They would have to go back into saltwater. But just imagine a 7 or 8 foot shark in the Mississippi River. This isn't unheard of. This can happen. And now imagine a shark like this that is probably the most aggressive shark in the world. Bull sharks get a really bad rep, and they absolutely deserve it. Now, I won't lie, bull sharks are one of the most fascinating sharks out there. The fact that they can, one, survive in fresh water, but two, are oftentimes, for how aggressive that they are, oftentimes found in very large schools just kind of fascinates me. A lot like hammerhead sharks, but they're oftentimes, can be seen in groups of 10, 20, 30 sharks, which is super interesting to me. Now, I actually have couple of first-hand, time with bull sharks. I have seen a bunch of them in aquariums. In Oklahoma here, the Oklahoma aquarium is the largest amount of bull sharks anywhere else in the world, I believe. They used to have nurse sharks too, but they don't have them anymore. I've also actually caught a bull shark before down in Texas. So you can actually find them, and they're one of the more common sharks that fishermen catch, especially along the coasts here in the United States. So it's very likely someone especially if you spend a lot of time near the ocean, has had an encounter with a bull shark. Now, I will say bull shark's bad rep isn't necessarily fully deserved, as people, they're not dying to bull sharks daily. This is a very rare instance that a bull shark actually attacks a person, much more or less kills them. But it is fascinating to me that they aren't regarded often as the number one most dangerous sharks. Yes, if you talk to any scientist or marine biologist or anyone that studies sharks, they will say, yes, the bull shark is the most dangerous. But if you talk to people that say they like sharks or they just exist, they just know about sharks, they will often always claim that the great white shark is the most dangerous, which is fair. This is the largest fish that is a carnivore. It's often credited with attacking surfers. A great white shark is the main culprit. And people that start to know a little bit more about sharks, they will oftentimes say, well, a tiger shark did it. And that also makes sense to me. I mean, people hear stories about them finding everything inside of tiger sharks. I mean, if you knew a shark that would eat just about everything, you'd probably blame it for any shark attacks. It also doesn't help that it has a very bad rep with the pulp culture, not folklore, but Bethany Hamilton, the surfer, a lot of really famous surfer who was attacked by a shark, lost her arm, went on to be a world-renowned surfer. You've probably seen her movie, heard her story, or read her book. It was done by a tiger shark. A lot of the big shark attack survivors, they were attacked by a great white. Right there. And also the fact that the great white was the shark that was showcased in Jaws. It's the shark that's showcased in 47 Meters Down. Any sort of shark movie or book talking about attacks, whether it be fictional or non-fictional, it's probably a great white shark. That's just, it's the most well-known shark out there. It would just make sense. Bull sharks aren't really featured in a lot of movies or books. But just keep in mind that if you're swimming in any freshwater body near an ocean, there's a very likely chance that you're either swimming in the waters with a bull shark, around a bull shark, or in the presence of a bull shark. These sharks thrive in the murky depths of oceans and riverbeds. It's just shocking to me that they don't get the reputation that tigers and great whites get. But the thing is, I actually think they should. The most feared shark attacks in the U.S. history happened in New Jersey. I want to say it was in the 60s. It was a very long time ago. And it was multiple shark attacks in the span of 3 days. And the thing is, no one ever found the culprit of a shark. The issue was, one of these attacks was in freshwater. That means the only culprit had to have been a bull shark. Now, yes, it's very likely that in the span of those 3 days and the multiple attacks that happened, it could have been multiple sharks. It could have very easily been a great white in one of them and a bull shark in the freshwater one. But given the likelihood of that, I wouldn't say it's very high. Honestly, in my opinion, the attacks in New Jersey on that fateful days was all done by a bull shark. And this is the stories that inspired Jaws and inspired all of these, because once Jaws came out, everyone got a really bad reputation for sharks. That's kind of what jumped, the fear of sharks, especially in the ocean. But the thing is, there's less than 10 shark attacks a year, and only a very small handful of them are fatal. In fact, most of the fatal shark attacks happen when someone just can't get to help in time. And, in the ocean that's vast, that is very, likely to happen. Recently on the news, there was a shark attack survivor, a man from the UK that was swimming out in near Los Angeles, California, swimming from an island. He was attacked by a juvenile great white shark. And he survived. He had to get stitches in his hand and I think his lower foot. But he made a full recovery, or will make a full recovery, hopefully he does. But that's just what I'm saying, is that great white sharks oftentimes get all of the reputation. If you look on the news and you check shark attacks, I promise you trending searches are always going to show results for the great white shark and the tiger shark. Despite that, the bull shark is still the most dangerous shark. And really the reasoning behind this is, again, very simple. You're not going to run into a great white shark in your local river. You can run into a bull shark. There has been rumors and talks of back many, many years ago of them finding bull sharks as far up as Chicago in the Mississippi River. Far up as, if you can get a bull shark several hundred miles upriver, they have been recorded doing that in the Amazon. So, keeping that in mind, it's so likely that a bull shark could technically swim all the way up the Mississippi or any of the major rivers in the United States and possibly even make it into the Great Lakes. I'm not saying that's likely, and I'm not trying to spread any sort of fear for sharks, but there is a possibility. It's not zero. It could happen. Now, I don't think that would ever happen for a couple reasons. One, most of the time, bull sharks only traverse into these rivers and freshwaters when they're hunting, when they're trying to, find an abundance of food because their food sources are running low. That's the most likely time that you're going to find bull sharks in these rivers and traversing all of it. You would have to have a major food source for these bull sharks to follow. I mean, possibly carp. But I don't foresee them following carp hundreds and hundreds of miles upriver. I'm just saying it could happen. Just keep in mind that just because you read on the internet that people talk about great whites and tiger sharks more, that they're more dangerous. That is not the case. Ladies and gentlemen, the most dangerous shark out there is the bull shark. If you're scared of sharks, you shouldn't be. But if you are, and you don't want to have a bull shark in your backyard, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, and I decided that I'm going to do shark YouTube content now because I love sharks. I studied them for many years. I figured I'll share some knowledge with people. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.